Generation Iron, Dubai, coming soon. 1 month. Hello, and welcome back to Generation Iron Podcast. Hello, Esan, welcome back.
Welcome back, bro.
Yes,
Welcome,
good
brother.
to have you here.
Nice to have you back.
Yes, Vlad Yudin and Edwin Mejia about to discuss what's hot topics in bodybuilding and anything fitness.
In the world.
Well, you want to talk about the Masters Olympia, right? Talk
Master
about that.
Olympia. Can you believe it? Master Olympia, full stack from classic, physique, bikini, all the things, plus 45, plus 50. What do you think, Victor?
What do I think? This is what I think. I mean, it's a full stack. A lot of athletes are signing up to do it. What I haven't heard is, are they paying for any athletes' hotels, flights, or even prize money? That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear these, it kind of sounds like, yeah, they're going for something, but yet they don't know what it is. Just the title? Where's the money?
Just the title. No, the money for winners only.
No one talk
It's
about
up,
the money
it's up.
prize. No one.
Where's
Wait,
the money?
no money prize.
They don't say anything.
It's got to be some kind of money for the.
No, I swear. I think it's going to be a Planet Fitness 1-year membership or a lifetime membership. I don't know.
Actually, people will do it for the pizza. So
Well, pizza, I'll do it for pizza.
Everybody wants you to do this Masters Olympia. Every comment is like
Victor should do it. I think Victor should do it because if he does it, he's just
for a
gonna be-
T-shirt.
How much should be the price for Master Olympia? You should do it.
Listen, it's got to be the prize money or my fans got to want me back, you know?
Yeah. But it has to be the prize money, right, Vic? Because
Who wants to Victor back? Commenting below.
Listen, I told
They
my
all want him
friend-
back, that's the thing.
Well, my friend asked me this the other day. How will you do it? I said, well, let my fans vote by my followers. I say $1 each, and $1 over half of my followers will say yes.
Fair enough.
Anything under, no, and I just return the money. But that's basically, that would be the
actually-
vote.
that's a good
And I
idea.
will finance my own prep with their dollar.
Fair enough.
it's a good strategy.
But is it dangerous for athletes? Because Masters Olympia is over 40 or over 45?
45.
So 45, is it dangerous, you think, to prep?
I think
You know what I
only
mean?
because it could be dangerous. It might not. Remember, Danny Hester won the
Yep.
classic physique.
How old was he at the time?
He was up there.
He was
know?
48.
Yeah,
At the
48.
time, yeah.
So,
But it
by
wasn't
his
Masters, it was a
standards-
regular Olympia.
Yeah, it was regular Olympia. But Danny's great. He takes
But
care of himself.
don't forget, that time that Daniel compete was the beginning of the Classic.
First year.
Yes.
actually.
First year. Right now, Classic goes to different planets.
Yeah, classic, that not that much weight, not as big, So I think before they even accept anybody, just if the IFBB would like to protect themselves, I think every athlete should show a clean bill of health. What do you think?
How do you do that?
Yeah.
even? I don't know how you.
Just send it because it's either, you know what, you're going to let somebody that's almost not healthy or near death compete, it's going to be on them for allowing that.
Interesting, yeah. So you run their blood test, basically.
Just say I'm okay. Listen,
Yeah.
I'm not going to freaking
Right,
die
right.
tomorrow.
A waiver.
Blood-
Just sign the waiver.
You sign the waiver, you're covering your ass, kind of saying, you know what,
Well,
you're
they-
on your own.
well, they-
How about the insurance? Insurance.
Insurance.
So in
I
case
need
somebody
insurance,
dies-
I sign you up right now. But
What insurance is that?
it's
I mean,
Life insurance.
life insurance.
your
for
life
real, yeah.
insurance. You
Why
never
not?
know. That way, if you go, you leave your family a nice little.
You're a pro, Vic. You sign some sort of waiver,
Yes.
right?
You have to,
There's a
Yes.
waiver.
Yes, there's a waiver.
Olympic
What
contract.
does a waiver say? Hey, I can't sue the IFBB if I die.
Can't sue, but
If my family can't. I mean,
but
if I die,
again,
you
it's
know what I mean?
about protecting the athletes. You want to protect the
No,
athletes.
what
want
does
to run
that
a good
waiver
show.
say? That's my question.
Waiver says if you don't show up, you pay them. If you don't show up, you pay them. That's all I know. That's the only part that I really
Remember.
remember. You know,
Right.
at the end of the day, I don't think I ever not signed and not done the show, other than when I got injured. That's about it.
Right.
Have you ever been to a bodybuilding show and you go backstage and you see a guy with an oxygen tank?
Yes, and I did it too. You get a little, buzz from it, just for the hell of it. But have I needed it? No. But yes,
seen it. Oh, okay.
It has. And again, it has to do with the, sometimes dehydration and so forth, out of breath, posing, and the athlete's condition. A lot of the times, the athletes that have that are just huge.
What's the most dangerous that age for the athlete? I mean, diuretic.
I mean, you name it, from diuretics, low carb, and really drying out. Drying out is really what it comes down to it. When you're drying out and you're really
Right.
stopping that water, remember, everything starts slowing down in your system, all the, your organs and all that. So, I mean, can you pull that through? I mean, I think they could, but again, it's health first. Is everybody going to pull, the trigger and go full blast, kitchen sink and all to win this show? I think a few guys will. Again, there's a few guys that are competing right now. I think who's doing it that's competing right now?
I don't know the lineup yet. Nobody.
I don't know the
officially-
names actually.
No? Anybody? No.
I don't know
I haven't
anybody.
seen the list. You're saying there's a list.
My question is why not NFL has a master competition?
Oh,
NBA
NFL?
has master. why different sport doesn't have such a thing?
They do. I think it's not. It's called
Golf
the,
has
It's
it,
called the XFL that The Rock just launched, but it's not like a senior citizen league. It's like
No, that's the guys that could have been in the NFL.
or they
didn't
didn't
make it.
They didn't have the
Good enough
chance
to still play.
Yeah.
But my question is this: if somebody gets hurt, let's say on any competition stage, or somebody dies, should
Good luck.
the show be stopped or continue?
Nice to know you. No, it's basically, again, I think we still not big in taking care of athletes in the organization, and that's just, listen, guys, I'm not making this up. I mean, you proved me wrong, and it's just, we want the guys to be okay. We want to show that bodybuilding can be done healthy and everything else, but there's just no protection. There's no protection. You get hurt, you have insurance because your wife has a real job, you're lucky. You have insurance because bodybuilding is your second job, you're lucky as well, But you're on your own when you're up there,
But I'm saying you can't cancel an event because somebody gets hurt, right? Look at the football, for example, the Buffalo Bills, right?
No,
They continued the game after he didn't die, obviously, thank God. But I'm saying he got hurt, he got cardiac arrest. They took him off the field and they continue playing. I
It
mean,
wasn't first time.
I'm sure it happens a lot, yeah.
Yeah, it
So,
wasn't
in
first
bodybuilding, same
No,
thing.
the
The
show
show-
must go on. I mean, if somebody doesn't die, the show must go on. But
if somebody dies, it should not go on.
if somebody dies, I mean, come on. That's kind of like traumatic. I mean, you have other athletes. But then again, bodybuilding is such a selfish sport,
The other guys probably complain like, "Oh, what
The other
hell?"
people will be
You know what I mean?
complaining like, damn, I've been dieting for 3 months, and they have very little regard for the person that just passed away. And
Should be like,
Look at George Peterson, for example. George Peterson, God
boy.
rest his soul, right? He died like 2 days before the Mr. Olympia,
yeah.
right?
prime example right there.
Right. We all know George Peterson, of course.
rest in peace.
Rest in peace. But that's a
mean-
dilemma right there, right?
Yeah, but then people play, it's a business, we have contracts.
Sold
we have to-
tickets.
we sold tickets, and it becomes a cluster, returning money,
Yeah.
fans that are there. I mean, people are just fucking brutal, man. They just don't care. And at the end of the day, the show must go on, whether you live or die or wind up in a hospital or vegetable. It doesn't matter, But it's the brutality of this day and age, you know. We're going back
So-
to medieval days.
So you at some point are a promoter as well of the shows, right? For
Yes,
example, so
yeah.
from the promoter standpoint, you know, if you had to make a call, somebody, let's say, dies a day before the show, would you
If
I know it's a
they
tough
die-
question, but
man, that's why I have insurance at the show, you know, to cover that. If I do cancel, and the cost of it'll cover all of that. So I do have insurance.
So you
I
probably can't-
recommend every person that holds a bodybuilding show get out insurance, man. You know, it doesn't hurt. It's only a couple of $100, covers you for a couple of million, and you know, you gotta have some respect. Again,
Can
for
you get
another
sued?
life.
I mean, you can get sued for anything these days, especially.
Anything.
I mean, I'm assuming you can get sued as a promoter for negligence, right? So
yeah, you can get sued
if
It
that
does
happens,
happen. Yeah.
insurance will cover that essentially.
Insurance will cover that,
Right.
exactly.
I see.
Yeah, you gotta cover your ass, man.
well, I guess we'll see what's going to happen with the Masters Olympia. I think it's
Master
going to be what is it going to happen? The Masters Olympia.
It's in Romania, right?
Romania.
Why
this-
Romania, by the way? What?
Romania, December? No, September.
September.
I
September.
don't know. Maybe Mona's promoting it. Is it you, Mona?
Maybe Andrew Tate is promoting it.
I don't know.
Andrew
Didn't
Tate
they
is one of
sign
the
him up?
promoters. He just got out
did
of
a
jail.
big contract, you know, got out of I don't know.
He's still in jail, no?
No, I
No,
think he got
no,
out.
it's Romania, man. I think he spent like 2 hours in jail, maybe. Probably taking selfies with the police there or something. I don't know. Come on, man. It's Romania. You know what? Just because it's in Romania, it's the only reason I would like to do the Olympia.
Yeah.
Have you been to Romania?
No, I want to see the old Dracula castle, everything,
Right,
man.
right,
you know,
right.
The Impaler. You know, he could have been a conqueror, but he just became an Impaler because of his bad conquer skills.
I think it's a dangerous idea. I mean, athlete when they retire has to be going to next level, and people has to be respect for.
Yeah.
As a
It's just the level of respect is just gone, man.
yeah, I mean, I think this is the wrong idea, and I hope no one hurt.
Again, listen, I like the Masters, not bad. If you want to approach it the right way, just show that you're good, you know? Show that you're good, and that way it's not going to lead to something worse, because they find that out from the beginning. You're kind of covering your ass, and you're protecting the athlete as well, whether they like it or not, you know?
What you guys think about Blessing's performance at the Olympia? Completely change the subject, but he's actually a great bodybuilder in my opinion, right? But
He's
I guess
great,
that
but he's
last
got to
one-
work on his comeback with the snaps. You know, I can't believe Nick got him on the whole. You know, I don't talk to guys that don't, you know, come out in first call out.
Yeah.
That was
Come on,
That
man.
was
See,
it.
come on.
That was
Bless
cool.
you. I'll hook you up, man. I'm from the Bronx.
That was
in
an epic.
Washington Heights, bro. We got some good snaps to go with that back.
that was an epic takedown. That was I don't think it was comeback. That was a takedown.
That was
That was a
a takedown.
takedown.
He didn't even come back. He had to bow down to him.
How can you come back to that?
Nah.
It's insane.
You know,
But what do you think went wrong with his performance? George Ferris was coaching him,
George
and I
Ferris
think
is
he might have
coach.
separated at this point, right? I don't know. That was a headline that I saw.
I think he was just. I think he was being too funny when he should have been serious. You know, for the Olympia. It's the Olympia. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, he had to work how to show his physique a little bit better. I mean, I got injured when I tore my knee, and you know, I had to work on how to show my physique. You know, one leg smaller than the other. You have to kind of manipulate that. And he wasn't doing it. He was trying to pose head to head with these guys, and you could clearly see his faults. And one of them was
What were the faults? The
his
legs,
left leg. Yeah,
left
yeah.
leg.
Yeah, but it's just it's a serious game when you're getting to the Olympia. And I don't know who he's training with.
George
I don't know.
Farrell.
I don't know if his focus was there.
Right.
You know, I don't know any of that.
Did he officially leave George Farrell? Do you know?
That I don't know. I heard he did, but I mean, I'm assuming we could ask George.
Now speaking of that, let's
Sure,
say
George, yeah.
because you can relate to that, right? You owe Victor Munoz for many years.
Yes. And again, Victor used to do both my diet and my training. He's always done my training.
But let's say 1 year you do worse than the previous year. Is it a reason to? Is it better to stay with a coach that knows your body versus like trying something
You
different?
can try it. You can try it. The thing is, it's a fine line when you leave a coach because of a bad performance. One show, which was only a couple of months before, now you're switching it for another show.
All right.
You have to pass the honeymoon phase, getting to know each other.
Sure.
You know, they got to know your physique, what works for you, what doesn't. And that's where he's going to play the toss-up, you know.
And each show, bodies change, you know?
Yes.
You cannot
Yeah.
exactly follow the previous diet for the next show.
You know what's funny? I was talking to one of the top coaches in the business the other day, and he said that the day after Olympia, when Big Ramy got fifth, he called him immediately and asked for coaching.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not gonna say who,
Yeah.
but Big Ramy supposedly, I believe that guy. He called him and said, "Hey, can you coach me?" Like immediately after, you know what I mean?
Wow.
It's interesting.
Big Ramy called him directly.
Yeah, and he said, "Hey, can you coach
We
me?"
could all assume who that is.
I guess, yeah.
But anyways,
Yeah, but it is a business. If you're paying the coach, I tell the athletes, if you're paying the coach, don't feel bad. If you feel like you have to switch him, make that decision.
Are they paying him, or are they just giving him part of the like winnings?
I mean, yeah, I mean, you're still getting paid, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
at
if
the
you're
end of the day,
15th place, you know.
15th place, yeah. I mean, you don't make no money. I mean, how are you gonna pay?
well, I like Blessings. I think he's great for the sport. I think
Yes.
he's great for bodybuilding.
I think so.
I think he's super energetic, great person to hang
Yes.
around with. I mean, he's great for the sport. So we wish him the best. I wish him the best. And I
Definitely.
really
Come on, Blessing. Come on, man. I think separate it, man. You know, serious when it's serious, joke when you joke. But definitely work on that comeback, man. Come on, man. I can't have you. You're cool, bro. Let's work on those snaps.
But what's up with Eddie Hall though? You heard Eddie Hall's trying to get into bodybuilding now. I don't know if it's serious or not, but he made a
I don't
video.
think he's serious. He's a funny guy. I
He
don't
is.
think he's serious. I mean, his structure is not for bodybuilding. His waist is bigger than his shoulder waist.
right now.
I mean, he can bring it down, that man.
I mean, anybody can do bodybuilding, but
Yeah,
to
but-
do bodybuilding and be a professional bodybuilder, that's a different story.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, completely different.
So you don't think he has a chance to?
No, he could show it. He has a chance to diet down. He has a chance to put on posing trunks. He has a chance to get on stage, you know. How far is he going to go? I mean, that's a whole other story.
That's
Would
the
you
question.
would you rather watch him do another boxing fight with Thor or someone?
That was a good
or
match.
do bodybuilding.
I mean, do it all. I mean, I think he's just trying to find his you know, trying to get a nice little thing going with his fans. They support everything he does. I mean, if you feel like doing it, dude, why not, man?
Is
You
it
know?
good for bodybuilding when, let's say, somebody like that?
It's good because it brings other eyes, you know. He brings a whole other group of fans, you know.
Different
The
window.
fans are just gonna watch bodybuilding. They're gonna find an attachment to it, and who knows? They're gonna be
Right.
doing it themselves.
But Eddie is not the, Eddie is one of the god in powerlifting.
He's tired of powerlifting.
I
It
mean,
seems like nobody wants to do powerlifting.
I love to he's back to lifting, and I want to see
Strongman.
again. Yeah, I want to see again his deadlifting. 502, 508 broke his record. Right now,
people like
some
to see that.
some people broke his record. Why he's not come back back to record?
I wonder if these decisions are like his management, like his manager goes like, you should try different things, or if it's just like spontaneously, he just like goes and does stuff like that.
As a Victor say, this is all from the social media and fans bring the different windows, people.
I don't know. Is it social media or is it just a confused management? You know, it's kind of like that part in Greece when the John Travolta couldn't hit a ball, and he's like, "Why don't you think of long distance running?" You know? I know, guys, watch Grease, funny movie, but yeah, I think they have to find a game plan what to get him into. But again, him getting ready for a bodybuilding shows that could land him some sponsors. You know, he can achieve a goal. All right, so talking about Eddie Hall entering bodybuilding contest, somebody else is coming back.
Calum, oh man, Calum, I heard he's coming back. I haven't spoken to Calum
Yes.
in quite a few months, I think, at this point. But I mean, it's a long story. I mean, I'm happy that he's coming back. I'm happy that he's like focused again. We're all here at Generation Iron are very happy that he's coming back. We're huge supporters. If people know, I'm assuming, we have been managing and have managed Calum since 2016, I think. Most people don't know that we did start managing guys like Calum. Kai we took on, obviously, and just a little backstory because I think it's important, right, to know a little backstory.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. You guys were the inner workings of him getting all these gigs, no?
Yeah, so, after the success of Generation Iron,
Yeah.
right? Generation Iron was released, I think, 2014. It was top 5 highest grossing documentary at the box office. The movie was, by a lot of people out there were like, even came up to us like, we're happy we saw this movie. This movie got me into bodybuilding. It's like our modern day Pumping Iron, because we produced it with Jerome Gary, who was one of the producers from the original Pumping
Old
Iron.
school guy.
Right. So, and we had Arnold in it as well. But after the success of Generation Iron, Kai Green he became like a household name in the fitness bodybuilding space, right? So a lot of the success of Generation Iron really elevated Kai in many ways outside of bodybuilding. You know, Vlad would do screenings in Hollywood, Variety, Hollywood Reporter with Kai. Kai was featured in all these massive trades. So we said, why don't we bridge the gap, right, for bodybuilding with entertainment? You know, so a lot of people also don't know is that we produce a lot of film and TV well before we started producing bodybuilding, fitness, Generation Iron movies. And we essentially signed Kai on. And back in 2018, if you remember when we were doing the live stream for the Arnold at that time, this is right around the time when we also connected him with a buddy of ours, an agent at Gersh. We got Kai signed to a Hollywood agent. We started managing him, and we booked Kai that same weekend.
There you go, all these work, bro. What happened, guys? Forgot. Damn.
You know, Kai had that New York, Brooklyn, artist kind of, feel to him. He's an incredible actor as well. And we set up this big meeting. We got him signed. And then we got him all these auditions. He was getting auditions with Kevin Hart, movies. We got him a Mortal Kombat audition as well. And then the weekend of the Arnold Classic, 2018, I remember Kai was one of our hosts that weekend. He ended up booking that weekend Stranger Things season 2.
That was big. Yeah.
We booked him on that.
It's a good look.
And then ever since that, we started doing a lot of work with Guy, and obviously we brought Calum in. Vlad is someone who has a great eye for talent. He said, Ed, you should meet with Calum. This is back in 2015. A lot of people didn't know much of Calum at that time.
Undeniable star potential.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like undeniably,
So he had this charisma about it. He had this, he had the it factor, right?
Absolutely.
And then we met Calum. Generation Iron 2 came out, I think in 2017, 2018.
Something like that, yeah.
Right before then, we started managing him. And after Generation Iron 2, obviously his profile went through the roof. That's when Rich Piano was in the same movie as well.
He played Arnold in that movie Bigger. I don't know if you guys seen that.
Of course. Man.
We helped book them on that. On the movie Bigger, I remember we negotiated his salary, something crazy for 3 days of work from where they were trying to pay. I don't want to divulge too much information, but basically it was peanuts compared to what we were able to negotiate.
How much? Say it.
I know.
I have a question.
That's private.
Because Calum been in so many headlines in the last 2 years, and it's all been just negative, like crash and burn type thing, right?
Right.
Do you think a lot of people might be asking you, well, why we're not able to guide them you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good point. After all these things started happening, I go back again to 2018, Calum, we helped book him on a Terminator movie, the new Terminator film. He was going to play a young Terminator on this film. And I don't know if you remember, in April 2018, he climbs a mountain or cliff in Australia. He was there for he was there for an expo. He falls off the cliff and, he re-injured his bicep. He injured his leg, his quad. That moment was crushing because a lot of people don't know this either. We had him booked for the Terminator movie in Budapest that June of 2018. And he lost a role, lost everything. The producers called me, John Kelly, casting called me, hey, Ed, what's going on? What happened? I didn't know what to tell him. I felt bad. But that was around the same time we were doing Calum's movie, Unbroken. And then Vlad directed that, obviously. It was a movie that we did with Netflix. Also around the same time, we booked him on a Gucci campaign. So Calum's, obviously comeback was massive at that time. He was coming back and doing, his profile was elevated. And all these things started happening. Fast forward to COVID, to answer your question.
COVID, right.
2020 hit. COVID came. Obviously, it changed a lot of the fitness industry. A lot of gyms in LA closed down. And then 2021 came around. Calum was really upset that he couldn't see his family, understandably so, being so far away in LA and his family being in Australia. I think his sister was getting married at the time. Very frustrating. His dog passed away, had a freak accident, and his dog Rex. And it was really all downhill from there, unfortunately. He left to Australia in November 2021, really stopped doing any type of work altogether.
So you couldn't have saved him.
So it was hard for me to do anything. I mean, I consider Calum a really close friend
Definitely.
and someone that I really value as a
Watching
person.
a few reports, I mean, it wasn't just downhill, as you say. It was kind of like self-sabotage, you know?
I mean, we don't know his situation. We don't know who he's around, but obviously he was around the wrong people in Australia because that was around the time where things started going bad. He started getting in the headlines with all these news stories.
Yeah, it was some headlines, though. From
Right,
what I, you know,
right.
from
Well,
what
when
I
you-
saw
A lot of
and
headlines.
posted, yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
So he told me at the time he didn't want anything to do with fitness and bodybuilding. And at that point, you know, we gave him his space, let him do his thing. And, you know, I think at the time he also stopped doing any work with Staunch. You know, I know his partner there. He's a good friend of mine.
Supplements.
There's a lot of YouTubers and people saying all these things about what they know. And the reality is Calum wanted nothing to do with bodybuilding and fitness at the time. And everything, you know, essentially went away.
yeah, it's that tug of war you have. Success when it's there and it's not, then you don't know whether it come back or not.
Right.
But I think him deciding to come back, I think, you know, he's handsome. He looks good. He's tall. People are very, you know, forgiving, you know. And I think they'll welcome him back. Now, are there going to be as many doors open? I mean, that's
that's a tough one. In entertainment, it's tough, you know, when you're in the headlines like that. I mean, you know, we got Calum auditioned for the Marvel series, a lot of Marvel series, you know, with Sarah Finn's office in LA. We got Calum seen as well with the movie Creed. He almost booked the movie Creed for Creed 2 with Michael B. Jordan, which was like the Montaneo guy, the guy that got the role. He almost got that role.
Yeah.
He didn't get that role, but it was a work in progress. You know,
Yeah,
we got him
course.
acting training. He was getting meeting the right people. We were getting him around the right people. Things take time, but unfortunately, all these things happen. But I think if there's anybody out there that can come back and continue to inspire the world,
Oh,
it's
no,
gonna
maybe
be
there's
Calum.
another Mad Max. I think he'll be good for that. Another Mad Max, yeah.
I think regardless of the Hollywood thing, I think like in the fitness industry, I think he'll be able to definitely make a strong comeback.
Yeah, he
you know.
could come back. You know.
You don't think so? You're
I
looking at
don't-
me kind of.
No, I don't think so.
I think he
don't
says
think
that.
it's-
I know why he says that because everybody remembers when Calum tore down the Arnold posters. You remember that?
Oh,
We forgot about
That's
that.
No,
that's the
no,
one
no.
of them. That's the one
Okay.
of them.
Oh, wait a minute, Arnold, man. You know, Calum, I was rooting for you.
Do you remember how everybody was?
He just reminded me, man.
Do you remember how it was
That's
Arnold?
not cool, man.
Arnold said something during COVID, and everybody was not everybody, but a lot of people
No,
were like
not everybody.
not everybody.
Well, he-
Not everybody. Not me.
Not
me, no way.
You supported Arnold actually. I remember
Of
we were, like,
course,
talking
I
about
said,
it.
you know what? That's what he's saying. Does that mean you have to do it? Is he forcing you to do it? No, that's his own comment. That's what he believes. You know what? It's Arnold, man.
It was tough. It
You
was
know,
tough.
people give the chance few times. How many times the fans give him the chance? You know,
Why did he
do
you right now you count down from 2016, 17, 18,
Right.
19, 20. So many times he has a chance to be come back. But every time he do such a kid's stupid, you know.
Right. I understand what you're saying.
Arnold was so supportive of
Yeah.
Calum. You can talk about
Sounds
that.
And
familiar,
that-
man.
and
Sounds
that's-
like something I did. Come back. come back.
Arnold loved Calum.
So
guilty.
that's the crazy part, and you're right. I mean, Arnold. I mean, it was hard for me because when he took down those posters. I mean, listen, you don't have to agree with him at all, but when you took down those posters and you put them online,
Hold on.
I called him right away, and
Edwin.
he's like, Ed, I knew you were going to call me on this, but this is something I felt I had to do.
Did he meet Arnold?
So
Yes.
Yeah,
he met
yeah,
Arnold,
he met
and
him.
he
You
knew.
met him. You actually
So he knew Arnold. He knew Arnold obviously because he met him
They
one
work
time.
out together.
worked out.
So they did
Yes,
it.
in
They
the
did
way.
it.
You worked out with Arnold.
No. So back in the
they
day,
did the
Back in
hosting
the
for us
day.
together for the Arnold Classic 2018.
So he met Arnold obviously in Gold's Gym. They were working out together, but he really formally met him and sat down with him when we brought him on 2018 when we did the live stream that year.
Yeah.
Backstage, we brought Arnold and Calum backstage. Well,
they both hosted
Arnold was there
together.
because it's a show. But
He's
we
acting
brought
the
Calum there.
Arnold in the Arnold
No
movie.
respect. No respect.
He was.
Yeah, he played Arnold in the Arnold movie.
He played
I
Arnold
know.
in
And
Arnold
it's,
movie.
it's, you met
I
Arnold.
didn't
Dude, man.
understand that part. But
Yeah, so
I mean, I don't think the people give him this other chance because this is not second chance. This is not the third chance either. And the other side, we have right now so many influencers that industry.
the new generation.
New
Yeah,
generation.
seriously.
Every week, every day, you know, the burn, you know, coming up. I mean, I don't think he's coming back is a big deal, or he come back as the same place.
I don't wish anyone bad, you know, and you know, other than, you know, again, I love Arnold, but what he did was, you know, in my part, unforgivable. I don't know. Maybe Arnold forgives. Arnold's just bigger than life. But if he's gonna come back and he wants to come back, didn't I hear he had a kid born or something?
Yeah, he has a kid. He has a new kid's about 1 or 2 years old now.
1 or 2 years old.
In LA, yeah.
Listen, if he had this support system, he had you guys backing him up, getting all these gigs. He had basically a lot of things handed to him on a platter. Listen, if you're not going to do it for yourself, do it for your son, man. Do it for your kid. That's it. Mm-hmm. That's all, because if you're trashing yourself, you're going to keep trashing yourself. Do it for that boy, man.
I just thought about something. Do you guys remember Calum and Chris Bumstead? They were doing curl
he
together.
turned the biceps.
And Calum tore his bicep during that lift.
Yeah,
That was like 2017 or 16 or something like that.
That moment in time, I believe that moment in time happening to Chris Bumstead too.
Yeah,
And fast forward to
Chris,
now,
yeah.
So-
we just found out yesterday that he was competing with a torn bicep.
He
the
said,
Olympia.
I don't know when I turn.
And at that time, nobody knew
I
who
wants
Chris
to be.
was.
I wants to be commented. I say,
Yeah,
I
that's
know.
true, yeah.
Call the column.
So Victor, at that time, 2017, would you say Calum is here and then Chris Bumstead's here, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
That was-
no,
I mean, you could say
Calum
that
was
could be fair.
catapulted. He was up there, and then Chris
I mean,
was
right.
kind of in the back burner. But look,
Exactly.
But how did Chris win the Olympia with a torn bicep? That's crazy.
Dorian Yates did it.
Dorian Yates did, yes.
But like, I think it healed. Like, he was literally said he tore it right before the Olympia.
I mean, you could actually do it that close. I think I
No,
did.
he find out before Mr. Olympia
Yeah.
his biceps turn.
He doesn't know how he
He
tore.
doesn't know how and when to turn.
Yeah, it was probably partial torn when he
Yes.
did that curl with Colin.
He had to be in pain though.
No, not necessarily, because I actually
I
trained
would
for many
assume.
years with a partially torn patella.
Wow. I wouldn't know that.
Yeah, for at least 13
What's
years.
patella?
Knee
So,
Knee
tendon,
torn?
the
Oh,
main knee tendon.
So
Yeah,
it doesn't-
partially torn.
so you could have a torn ligament or something.
Partial. You can have a partial on a pec, on a bicep.
Wow.
And
And you wouldn't feel it at all.
You wouldn't feel it because it's just one of those things where scar tissue, you're not going to really feel it until it completely tears, and then, you know, pop goes the weasel.
You know, when your body dry, body fat goes down, especially
Yes.
you feel
Then
it
it-
more. You feel it more. Your pains comes to body.
Less
And-
body fat.
Yes.
All that.
It's all about fat. When your body fat goes down, you understand, oh, I cannot do this. I cannot push. Why? And then figure out, take your MRI. I turned something.
Damn.
But somebody posted that.
The big point is when you turn biceps, is affect with the shoulder too.
Right,
and
'cause it's
affect with
connected.
The chest
It's
too,
connected,
yeah.
of course.
And is a three muscle, bicep, shoulder, and chest. It's very, very attached to each other. I don't know if he can come back next year as the same shape and the same.
Really?
Yes.
You think
It's
now he's affected by it? But he just
He
won.
knows that.
But
Victor
he just
knows
won.
that.
He just won with a torn.
He just won. Again, it was so close. If it was so close to the show by the time he realized it, again, is it partial? That's one of the questions. If it's partial, is it worth, reattaching? A lot of times you don't want to mess with it.
But at the prejudging, everyone say that. Why his biceps is like this? I hear that few
Really?
people next to me. Yes.
Actually, before that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The prejudging, Mr.
people actually
Olympia.
posted a couple of
Yeah.
pictures, and I
What
commented,
happened?
and I said,
he kept it very
yes.
private. He kept it very private.
Well, I think one of the guys, Arroyo, I don't know, is his Instagram, but he posted, and I commented, and I said, yes, there's something wrong there.
Really?
Yes,
Oh,
he did tear, or is something's going on, but it is not, and I said it's not going to affect his performance because it wasn't a full tear.
He still won by a mile, I think. Right?
He still won again.
It wasn't close, was it? It wasn't close.
Yeah, he probably didn't do much arms,
Yeah.
At the end of the day, his condition was right on the money.
Right.
Right.
He had enough muscle, and he dominated that weekend.
Yeah, I mean, Chris is an amazing athlete. I think he's going to be dominate. He could dominate for as long as he wants. He's really
He'll
great.
maneuver around it. I think he will.
Yeah, he's a great athlete.
Yeah.
So, more power to Chris and his team. An incredible support team there at Raw. So,
He's a good athlete. He's a very
he's-
good athlete.
He's like the next generation. He's like the new next level of, you know what I mean?
I mean,
Generation
we've seen
above
his
him.
profile. Talking about Calum and Chris. I mean, we've seen Chris. I mean, he went from 2017 like he was like a skyrocket. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
No. How people cannot like him? It's impossible.
Everybody loves him.
You know. He just he looks great, you know. He's very well spoken.
Yeah.
You know, and come on, you wore a
And
bracelet
humble.
for
And
somebody who had
he's very
cancer.
humble.
And he's
to the
humble.
stage.
He's
That's
a humble
like
guy.
Humbleness to the full blast. I mean, to the 1,000 power. It's like, that's great. That's what people want to see. They don't want to see the cocky, I got this all, it's my world kind of bodybuilder, you know.
But let's.
When you turn your knee, which year?
That was 2008.
2008.
Yes,
So-
2008.
Is it affect for your shape of your legs?
It does. It just takes a slight form. Again, the leg being harder than in arms. I think arms you can actually come back faster than legs. Legs is just
Before we wrap today, I want to ask one question about Chris Bumstead, and actually for the audience at home as well. I want to get everybody's opinion. So Chris Bumstead, right? We're making a movie about him right now,
nice.
and he told us that there's a possibility that before he retires, he might jump into Men's Open, just to see. Now, what do you guys think about that? How do you think he would match up? Because he's very talented bodybuilder.
It's
right?
a bad decision.
Okay, bad decision. What do you think?
I mean,
You know how many tickets that would sell though?
it
Not even tickets. How many
will,
views
but-
it would get?
but it will have to be something for him to prove because he's
Just to
dominating.
himself. Just to himself that he can actually, get on the Men's Open.
That would actually be a question for you to ask him, Vlad.
I did. That's what he said. He said there's a possibility.
Possibility. So that's maybe.
Question is, do you
possibly-
want to see that? That's the question.
I don't want to see that.
You don't want to see
I don't want to see that. He's next.
It would be interesting to see if we can fill out that frame, you know, because what's his weight now?
I don't know. What's his weight?
225.
Probably
25. So with
like
his
6'1".
height, he will have to
He's
gain
6'2",
probably
25.
another 30
6'2".
pounds.
Yeah.
That's another 30 pounds he will have to gain to step on that stage to really hang.
But
with
maybe
the
in a
big
couple of
guys.
years,
Again, can he do it? I think it's possible. I mean,
I would love to see it personally. That'd be crazy.
yeah.
I mean,
that would
is
be
it
great.
possible? But again, what do you say? Everyone can put a trunk and then on the stage. And the result, he's a
Let's see.
champion right now in the
He's
classic.
training anyways, you know. He loves to trains all the time. He has a capacity to do it.
He does.
You know, I mean, so can he do it? I believe, you know. Is he going to do great?
Can he beat Big Ramy?
Big Ramy again.
Yes.
Big Ramy,
Hey, what do you think?
from what we have seen, is beatable. So,
Can he beat Big Ramy?
Chris Bumstead
I say yes.
on the Men's Open stage at Olympia.
You say yes?
I say yes.
Oof. I don't know.
Damn, you really don't like Big Ramy.
I mean,
No,
not,
Big Ram is my brother. He's I know.
Yeah, you should
I know-
clarify that.
I know Big Ram since. Right. I know Big Ram since 2005, 4. Before he go to Kuwait, he was in Dubai.
Right.
He was a personal trainer in one of the gym in Dubai. I was working obviously over there too. I know him since over there. He was amazing athlete. I believe 2014, 2015, Big Ramy waist way smaller,
yeah.
and then shape was more shiny on stage. Right now, Big Ramy is turning to something else. It's different. But when someone is standing next to him with this waist, that's why Drake comes to standing second. That's why he couldn't standing next to one shredded guy like Hadi or Drake.
Yeah, well, Chris Bumstead has to go through Hadi now. He's currently
Yes,
Mr.
that's
Olympia.
a question.
He has to
If it-
get through a few
I wanna-
guys, you know.
I want to see Chris Bumstead next to Drake Lansford.
So
That-
big size difference, right?
And big
Height
size,
difference.
height,
Height
and
difference.
as
The
a
height,
shape wise, it's very.
But the
similar.
muscle too now. That's a lot of muscle for him to compete against, you know.
Yeah.
But again, it's how good do you look in the frame you're carrying, you know? How can you fill out that frame? So
Yeah. But we want to hear your opinion too at home. I want to see that. I want to see what people think.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for all that's to come. We have this amazing movie on Chris Bumstead coming out, his life story and the Raw team. So that's going to be something that everybody should be looking out for this year. So
Nice.
Shout out to Raw.
Yeah. He's very smart too. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yep. No. Big up for Chris and looking forward to this movie. How long before his release date? You guys plan?
We don't know yet, but it's going to be In a few months, yeah, for sure.
Wow, look at that, man. Everything's moving so fast. You got to look between the blur.
2023.
Guys, thank you for joining us, Generation Iron Podcast. Hey, guys, hope you liked this episode. Tune in next week. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. See you next week.